Your attention, please. Please stand for the opening flag ceremony. Color Guard attention. Color Guard advance. Color Guard post the colors. We will now say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Girl Scout promise. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. Color Guard dismissed.
You may be seated. Good evening and welcome everyone to the 2004 Michigan Waterways Council of Girl Scouts Honors Reception. And we're going to start with some special introductions tonight, and I need to have Karen McLatcher. She'll be up in 1 minute. I'm not an entertainer, so I don't have anything I can do in the meantime. Wasn't ready for that.
Good evening. I'm sorry for the delay. We were still finalizing our list. I would like to recognize a few of the dignitaries and special honored guests that we have here that have shown up to support our Gold Award recipients. Lenny Fortin from the United States Navy would like to recognize each girl. Mary Hall and Barb Simos from the American Legion, the Merritt Potter American Legion. Phil Pavlov and Pamela Waugh from the St. Clair County Board of Commissioners. Representative Lauren Hager is here tonight. He just left. He had to leave, but he brought proclamations for each of our Gold Award recipients. Vicki Pack from SC4, representing the community college. Tori Robinson, representing the Memphis Schools Board of Education. And from our Girl Scouts Michigan Waterways Council Board of Directors, I'd like to introduce Carolyn Crow, David Cradell, Karen Hopp, I'm not sure if she's here yet, and the chair of our board of directors, who you'll be seeing up here a little later, is Lisa Morse. With that, I also would like to take the time to thank and to have everyone know how appreciative we are of the committee that plans this event every year. Not only do they plan this event, but they work with each and every girl to make sure that she completes the Gold Award project, that she has support. They answer any questions that the girls have, and they're just there year-round to make sure that our silver and gold recipients receive all of the help and information that they need. So I'd like to take a moment right now to honor and to thank these committee members. Jenny Street from Marine City. Maggie Devaney from Marysville. Louise DeJour, who comes to us from Macomb County. Michelle Morozic from Marlette. Becky Rubo from Marysville. Kathy Cunningham, and I'm not sure, I'm sorry, what town, are you Marysville also? Marysville? Fran Deachin from Port Huron. Elizabeth Tollander, who chairs the Silver Award Committee from Port Huron. And I most especially would like to thank two people, Jan Robert John, who has chaired this committee for the last 3 or 4 years, who gives an extraordinary amount of time to pulling everything together, and Jean Thomas, our staff advisor, who has done a yeoman's job in making sure that this all happens too. I want to thank both of them. One last special acknowledgement that I would like to make is to the Port Huron Kiwanis Club. Will representatives from the Kiwanis Club please come forward? I just want to say that this is the 14th year that the Kiwanis Club of Port Huron has helped to sponsor this event. They help to pay for all of the awards and pins and all the other paraphernalia that the girls receive, and part of the food too, so we're very grateful for that. Their support helps to make this celebration and the awards possible, so please accept this with our appreciation. And on behalf of Girl Scouts Michigan Waterways Council, I want to welcome all of the families and thank you for your support for all the years of the Girl Scouts, from Brownies through cadets and seniors, because without you this would not happen, it wouldn't be possible. So on behalf of the girls and the Girl Scout Council, thank you, families, friends, supporters, for all that you do. I'm going to turn it back to Jan.
Well, it's my pleasure tonight to be a special guide as we stroll through our garden of Girl Scouting. And I really delight in our theme for its beauty and symbolism, for it truly reflects the most magnificent treasures in our council, Silver and Gold Award recipients. Georgia O'Keeffe once said, "When you take a flower in your hand and really look at it, it's your world for a moment. I want to give that world to someone else. Most people in the city rush around so they have no time to look at a flower. I want them to see it whether they want to or not." I feel she helped me find an appropriate introduction for tonight's awards. We tonight in this room will hold in our hands, our hearts, and our minds our Girl Scout flowers. We will indeed want to share this moment with others beyond this room, because we will want them to see their beauty and all that they stand for. Many people who have helped make this garden walk possible, Girl Scouts, parents, leaders, volunteers, staff, special guests, all join us here tonight. We are here to recognize young ladies in our community who have set goals, made choices, planned, took action to do all this so that they could receive the highest national recognition in Girl Scouting. The first presentations tonight are to award girls who have stayed in Girl Scouting for 10 years. They will actually receive a 10-year pin. And to do that, I would like to turn the mic over to Louise DeJour.
Good evening. We'd like to acknowledge those girls who have chosen to belong to the Girl Scout organization for 10 years. They are the annuals in our Girl Scout garden, always there to bloom each year. They will receive a 10-year pin. If your name is called, please come forward. Amanda Artley, Andrea Hubbard, Annette Cowell, Ashley Silver, Brianna Donaldson, Bethany Hill, Crystal Fox, Cody Lynn Johnston, Chelsea McGriff, Daryl Chisholm, Danielle O'Mara, Holly Coleman, Jessica Bark, Jessica Bryants, Kara Wodzinski, Jordan Jansen, Joanne Landra, Kaylee Agostino, Katie Bush, Kara Gecki, Kylie Stewart, Kimberly Lynn Wright Alexander, Lacey Gunn, Lauren Haggerty, Melissa Agostino, Melissa Bullock, Patty Odell, Rachel Gecki, Rachel Sass, Sandra Bullock, Shannon Schowell, Sarah Sadowski, Sarah Tanowski, and Victoria Edger. Did I miss any young lady out there? Congratulations, girls.
As a master gardener attends their garden with nutrients to keep flowers growing strong, Gold Award scholarships are presented to girls who are graduating seniors in high school and who have received the Girl Scout Gold Award. They receive scholarships from Michigan Waterway Council donors. Carolyn Crow, chairperson of the scholarship committee, will acknowledge our donors and present 2 of the 6 scholarships at this time.
We would like to acknowledge members of the Girl Scout community who have provided funds to be distributed to Gold Award recipients in the form of college scholarships. If there's a representative from the group, could you come forward for your certificate, please? American Association of University Women, Baker College, Jerry and Larry Barber, Blue Water Women's League, that's actually me, Business and Professional Women's League. I know they're here. Thank you so much. Benjamin Gamowski Memorial, League of Catholic Women. St. Clair Community College, Emma Schulte Memorial, David and Donna Schwartz, Bud Shaw Memorial, Women's Life Club 757, and Pi Master Chapter Beta Sigma Phi. Well, thank you. 8 young ladies will receive scholarships tonight, and I am pleased to present 2 of those recipients. First, Jessica Geeky. Jessica earned her Gold Award last year as a junior at Port Huron High School. Her project was a music workshop for children at Kimball Elementary School. She plans on attending SC4 and then transferring to Indiana Wesleyan University or U of M. Her goal is to become a pediatric nurse practitioner or perhaps a doctor. Jessica is the recipient of scholarships from Jerry and Larry Barber and the Blue Water Women's League. Next, Amanda Rubel. Amanda received her Gold Award last year also. As a junior at Marysville High School, she raised a leader dog for the blind. This was a one-year commitment, and we are happy to report that Daisy, the black lab pup, has been placed with a special woman whose own grandchild is also a Girl Scout. Amanda is joined tonight with her second leader dog, Bud, who's in the audience there. She will be attending Baker College to pursue a degree as a veterinary tech. She is the recipient of scholarships from Baker College and the Benjamin Gomowski Memorial Scholarship. The remaining scholarships will be announced and presented as each girl receives her Gold Award. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn. The poet John Rustin penned the following: "Kind hearts are the garden, kind thoughts are the root, kind words are the blossoms, kind deeds are the fruit." Tonight we honor Cadet Girl Scouts who bear many fruits of kind deeds as they have worked to attain the highest recognition a Cadet Girl Scout can earn, the Silver Award. A true treasure on the Girl Recognition Committee is the Silver Award chairperson, Liz Tolander. Liz has been a kind heart in the Silver Garden, and she is here to present and share all of the work and effort of our Cadet Girl Scouts.
As Jan just said, the Cadet Girl Scout Silver Award is the highest award a cadet can earn. But to get that far, there are 5 requirements that must be met. First, the cadets must earn 3 interest project patches or Studio 2B charms, earn the Dream to Reality Award, earn the Cadet Girl Scout Leader Award, and the Cadet Girl Scout Challenge Pin. When these 4 requirements have been completed, they can design and carry out their Girl Scout Silver Award project. The project should take at least 30 hours to complete. This year, please help us recognize 17 Cadet Girl Scouts from our council who have fulfilled these requirements and have earned their Silver Award. First, we have Jamie Doucette from Troop 4 in Deckerville. Her leader is Susan Nickel. Jamie's not here. Jamie planned the activities to help Girl Scout juniors in her area earn the sign of the World Badge, and she also planned a bridging event for Brownie judge bridging to juniors. Next we have Troop 105 from Port Huron, Erin Bryce, Jessica Bryce. Will the cadets please come forward as I call their names? And you want the leaders? Jacinda? And the leaders can come up with them. Erin Bryce, Jessica Bryce, Jennifer Maxwell, Michelle Troy. Their leader is Julie Maxwell. These cadets hosted an ice cream social, and everyone who attended had to bring donations for the Humane Society, like leashes, food, snacks, pet toys. They also taught younger Girl Scouts about the animal safety and animal awareness. Bobby Jando from Troop 108 in Marlette. Her leader is Michelle Norosek. Bobby held a book and magazine drive for 2 hospitals. She started off writing a letter to the editor of her newspaper, and that started donations that amounted to 331 books and almost 300 magazines. She picked up the donations from the local library, sorted them, and delivered them to Marlette and Lapeer hospitals. Next, we have Rebecca Langovich from Troop 134 from Yale. Her leader is Mary Langovich. Rebecca wrote letters and sent care packages to 54 servicemen and women overseas. She contacted veterans in the community and also mothers of servicemen and women who helped her find servicemen and women who needed contact with people back home. And now Troop 136 in Marysville. Their leader is Kathy Agostino, Kyla Agostino, Melissa Agostino, Katie Bush, Tori Edgar, Lauren Haggerty, Natalie Oles, Rachel Sass, Ashley Seiler, and Jennifer Snyder. They collected much-needed items for Kids in Distress, an organization that helps children going to new foster homes. These items included toiletries, stuffed animals, and clothing. They also helped organize clothes and other items at Kids in Distress. Next, we have Sarah Teniaski from Troop 192 in Port Huron. Her leader is Jill Teniaski. Well, Sarah put together and decorated Halloween goodie baskets for St. John's Hospital and Mount Clemens General to cheer up children who had to spend Halloween in the hospital. The basket included candy, crayons, stickers, and other items to keep the children busy. Congratulations, cadets. You all did a wonderful job.
While their group picture is being taken, I will continue with our program. A dictionary of the meaning of flowers revealed that a lily is a sign of devotion, snapdragons mean strength, and orchids define thoughtfulness. Our Silver Award recipients certainly reflect the true meaning of our garden, with projects using their strength, devotion, and thoughtfulness. They are all to be commended for reaching this high achievement in their cadet membership. As we stroll down our final garden path tonight, I'd like to think of the many colors of our Girl Scout garden: white for remembrances, yellow for cheerfulness, purple for loyalty, and pink for happiness. Lady Bird Johnson once said, "Where flowers bloom, so does hope." As you will all witness, the color gold will now fill our garden of Girl Scouting. You will also see hope. Hope that blooms in each of our 15 senior Girl Scouts. Their blooms are radiant, golden rays of hope, that their future will continue to touch the lives of all those around them, not just their family and friends, but the whole Earth community. We are proud to present our 2004 Gold Award recipients. At this time, Maggie Devaney will describe to you the prerequisites for the Gold Award.
In planting a garden, it takes many steps, and the first step that it takes is to prepare the bed that you plan to plant. To do that, each Girl Scout and her journey to gold must earn 4 project patches. Then she must spend many hours earning her career exploration and her leadership award. In doing so, she builds and makes the bed fertile for the plant she will yet to sow. Once she has completed these things and her Girl Scout challenge, they have to make the most important decision of all. What is it that they will plant in their garden? What project will they reach for that will not only enrich their lives, but the lives of their community? They must decide, and it's not an easy decision. Each project has a lasting impact on the individual that performs it and the community. So once it has been selected, they carefully nurture it into their flower garden, and there they must tend it for 50 hours of labor and effort and sweat and tear. And I don't have time to get this done, and all the other things that go along with what it takes to reach the goal in Girl Scout Garden. But finally, it will be completed. And then after a review of an interview with us board, and we don't bite, even though they think we do, they come to the fulfillment of their project and their garden blossoms. And at that moment, they earn the highest award in Girl Scouting, the beautiful flowers of gold.
At this time, I invite any special dignitaries who have presentations to make to step forward up to the mic, and you will be able to describe to the audience what exactly you are presenting. That way, you only have to say it once, but then you can present it to all of the girls individually at that time. Would you please step forward? That's okay. I just need you to explain what you're going to present.
On behalf of the St. Clair County Board of Commissioners, last night at our board meeting, we proclaimed all of the gold recipients to this day on the 12th of May. And this is read into the record of our county, and it's signed by all 7 of the county commissioners. And I'll read their names. Chairman Lee Masters, Vice Chair Patricia Anger, Stephen Kearns, Tom Riley, Phil Pavlo, Howard Heidemann, and Pam Wall. And each one of these proclamations states special projects that the girls had done to receive that, and we'll be awarding them tonight.
I'm also from the County Board of Commissioners, but because Representative Hager had to leave early, he asked us to present these, and this is a special tribute from the state of Michigan, and I will read it. Let it be known that the Girl Scout Gold Award is prestigious recognition indeed, and that it will name each girl, is most deserving of this special honor. She has worked hard to attain this lofty goal, the highest in Girl Scouting, and we are proud to join in congratulating her and wishing her continued success in years ahead. I believe all these things have special tributes to each of the girls, so I won't read all of them, but we'll be happily presenting them to our recipients tonight. Thank you.
My name is Lenny Fortin. I'm here representing the United States Navy, and I'll be presenting an award from my commanding officer. It's a certificate of appreciation. Thank you.
My name is Tori Robinson. I'm representing Memphis Board of Education and Administration. Dr. Jim Liebsite and Mr. Keith Smith could not be here this evening. They had previous commitments. Dr. Liebsite will be attending the Memphis Girl Scout banquet, so you will see him there. We'd like to congratulate our Memphis Gold Award recipients. Our school district is very, very proud of all these girls, and I would just like to present them flowers as they are awarded their Gold Award this evening. And we are very, very proud to have these girls represented from the Memphis Community School District. Thank you.
Good evening, and before I forget, I want to congratulate each of you. My name is Mary Hall. I'm the president of the Ladies Auxiliary for the American Legion in town in Memphis. Our unit is 566. I came with the chaplain, Barb Simos, and we have a certificate of recognition for each of you from the American Legion Auxiliary Unit, and it's a community service award. And again, let me just reiterate what she said earlier. We're very happy to have each and every one of you in the community.
Along with the special presentations being made by our dignitaries, the girls will also receive special recognition from George W. and Laura Bush, Governor Jennifer Granholm, Senator Debbie Stabenow, the U.S. House of Representatives Candace Miller, Postmaster General CEO John E. Potter, Chief of Staff U.S. Army General Eric Sensky, Cynthia Thompson, Chair of the Board of Directors, GSUSA, Kathy Klonger, CEO of GSUSA, Military Order of World Wars, Roger Bultmann, and I believe that's part of the list, and you heard the other before, so they will be receiving quite a few honors tonight. Our first presentation tonight, I will call to the stage Mariah Blount and her parents, Barbara and Terry. Mariah is a senior at Memphis High School. She is a member of her church youth group and is involved in her high school drama club and choir. And she will immediately leave our ceremony tonight to sing a solo in her high school presentation tonight. She has been a Girl Scout for 13 years. St. Andrew's Lutheran Church in Memphis has a new playscape because of the Gold Award project of Mariah and Chelsea Kling. The girls presented to the church membership their proposal to build a playscape for the children of the community. So well received were their ideas that church members quickly stepped forward to donate wood chips and even the playscape itself. The senior scouts worked for months doing a bottle drive collection to provide the funds necessary for the rest of the project supplies. Mariah's individual efforts were to provide the workers the day of the build with food and refreshments. It was a long, cold, muddy day this past March for the final day of building. Mariah made sure there was plenty of hot chocolate to keep everyone working. She also logged many tireless hours completing the playscape. Mariah feels this has been a good impact on her church and the community. Because of this project, she learned it takes a lot of work to complete such a task. She will be attending Oakland University this fall, majoring in nursing, and she is the recipient of the Benjamin Gomusky Memorial.
Okay. For my project, I built Playscape for St. Andrew's Lutheran Church, which happens to be my church. We decided that this is what we wanted to do because we wanted to not only help our church, but also the community. We designed everything. We marked out the area the structure was to be placed onto. When we were ready to go and see if we could get wooden supplies donated, to our surprise, Home Depot of Lapeer donated to us an entire playscape. Without that donation, I believe we would still have been able to do the project, but it probably would have been a struggle. Home Depot donated the majority of things used in our project, and we were really grateful for that. Our church came together and helped us by bringing food on the day of building and by helping us build. On the day of building, it was rainy and freezing cold, but we completed the project in the rain and freezing cold. We had a lot of help that was definitely needed throughout the entire process, from planning and designing to bringing everything to the church and building. In the end, our project was a great success. I think I learned that it might take a lot, but if you put your heart into what you want to do, you really can succeed at it. Now think, if Chelsea and I could put this project together, and we're only 2 Girl Scouts, think what an entire Girl Scout troop could do for the whole community. I always dreamed that this day would come and I would achieve the goal of getting my gold award. I knew that I always wanted to get it, but I never really thought I could do it. There was always something telling me I couldn't do it.
You want me to read it for you? But I did it, and now that I achieved it, it's almost scary. I'm going away to college in the fall, and getting this award makes it even more picturable to me that I am growing up. It makes me proud to know that not only I achieved it, but all of us Girl Scouts achieved it. And we did it because it's what we've known we wanted to do for many, many years. You want to say the thank yous?
I want to thank Miss Michelle, my parents, my Aunt Donna and Uncle Tom Kling, my brother and cousins, Brian Sawa, Pastor Berger, and everyone else who helped our project and made it possible for us to achieve. But most of all, I want to thank Chelsea for letting me do this project with her and for putting up with me. I learned a lot about not only myself, but about our relationship, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Thank you.
Oh, Mariah, Jenny has some flowers for you. Next to the stage, I call forward Madeline Chapman and her parents, Jack and Michelle. Madeline is a senior at Memphis High School. She has been a Girl Scout for 12 years. She is involved in ASYO soccer, varsity soccer, drama club, and is the junior class assistant volleyball coach. For her Gold Award project, Madeline held a clothing drive. She distributed flyers in her town, spoke to church groups, and engaged her family to create drop-off centers at their workplaces. The clothing was sorted and organized and then delivered to Goodwill in Port Huron. Madeline intends to continue her project with a second collection that will take place in June. She realized the great need and that she could still do more. Her future plans are to attend Walsh College and obtain a master's degree in accounting. She is the recipient of the Business Professional Women's League and the Women's Life Club 747 scholarships.
Thank you to everyone for coming here to be with us girls for this special night. I've been in Girl Scouts for 12 years and it's been a great time. Growing up in Girl Scouts has taught me to be my own person and helped me to set my goals and create a life that will help others as well as myself. Earning the Girl Scout Gold Award is an amazing accomplishment. It took much time and work to have gotten this far. I would like to thank all the people who have helped me through this process. First, I would like to give a special thanks to my mom, who's helped me with Girl Scouts for all these years and been my leader. She's kept encouraging me to keep going the times I thought of backing out. She knew earning the Gold Award was an important step and made sure all of her 10 girls made it there. I'm so happy to be part of the largest troop to earn their Girl Scout Gold Award in our council. We should feel great to have gone this far with so many girls. Next, I would like to thank Kathy Dunlap for being a great co-leader with my mom. I know many things have been more enjoyable for me by having the help of two leaders. I would also like to give many thanks to Dawn Kling for coming with our troop these last few years to help and guide us 10 girls in earning our Gold Award. I would also like to thank my dad and my Nana Papa, who are here tonight, for being with me through these years and offering me support to succeed in arriving at this point. By helping to sell cookies and encouraging me to attend Mackinac, they have been an important part in of helping me to be where I am right now. My Gold Award project was important to me because of how well it helped others. I was glad to have worked on it by myself, and it was fun for me to organize it and plan out everything. I know my clothing drive helped others so much that I'm planning on continuing this project this upcoming summer. I'm lucky to have gone through these years with so many wonderful people and a great troop. This has been a wonderful experience, and I'll always remember. Good luck to all the girls in the future earning the most prestigious award in Girl Scouts. Work your hardest, and the outcome will be a memorable event.
Michelle and Jack are staying on the stage because the next recipient is Maria Chapman, their daughter. Maria is a junior at Memphis High School, and she keeps herself busy with ASYO soccer, varsity softball, vacation Bible school, and she is also a preschool volunteer. Her future education goals are to have a career in pediatric physical therapy. For Maria's Gold Award project, she created precious memory boxes. She posted flyers to publicize her project, asking for donation and items that would be included in these boxes. Each decorated package contained a disposable camera, ink pad, paper, scissors, and tape, all to be used by parents who unfortunately have lost a newborn child. Maria reflected, "By giving these boxes to unfortunate parents, I plan to give them a sense of hope and comfort." She continues, "I know that the parents will benefit from my boxes that the precious memories will hold." Over 20 boxes were distributed at Mount Clemens General and Port Huron hospitals. Through her project, Maria realizes how precious life is and how many people, even a single baby or a thoughtful stranger, can be affected by a kind act.
Being Girl Scouts for these past 11 years has taught me a lot about people, places, and life in general. I have learned to open my mind to the new opportunities and the difficulties that I may face. I know how to deal with each situation that I am pushed into every day and how to succeed in most of the things that I do. Girl Scouts has taught me to respect and cherish life because it is too short to waste. Because of these reasons, I chose to make Precious Memories boxes for my Gold Award project. For the Precious Memories boxes, I collected scissors, tape, cameras, ink pads, and acid-free paper to put in decorated shoeboxes to give to the parents of stillborn babies. The camera to take pictures of the baby, the scissors to cut a lock of hair, and then the tape to tape it to the paper, and the ink pad to get a foot and handprint of the baby. I hope that these memories would bring the parents some comfort when they look back at them in the years to come. I dropped off the boxes at Mount Clemens Hospital for the nurses to distribute when necessary. It took a lot of time and effort to make these boxes, and I could not have done it without the help of many people. A huge thanks goes out to all the people that donated the supplies for the Precious Memories boxes. I could not have made them without you. Also, thanks to my leaders, my mom and Mrs. Kathy Dunlap. You two have always been there for all of us these past years. Without you, none of us would be here now. Mrs. Kling, I also want to thank you for guiding us through our Gold Award project. From the paperwork to the science boards, you were a great help. Both of my parents and my Nana and Papa have stuck by me through the whole process and donated many hours, supplies, and ideas to my project. Thanks a lot. Seeing Girl Scouts has had many benefits, and among these are new friends, new opportunities, and a great confidence boost. I consider myself lucky to have had the opportunity to be involved in so many things while growing up. Girl Scouts has been a huge part of my life, all the way back to our first camping trip to now giving my speech at the Gold Award reception. I never would have guessed that Girl Scouts would have had such an impact on my present and future.
Next, I call forward Brianna Dunlap. She is joined on the stage by her parents, Rod and Kathy Dunlap. Brianna is a junior at Memphis High School. She is a member of the National Honor Society and has been a Girl Scout for 11 years. Brianna's Gold Award project addressed the issue of warm clothing during the winter months. This past winter proved a hearty test of how harsh and cold the weather is here in Michigan. The need for hats, gloves, and socks is always in great demand for those less fortunate and the homeless. Keeping them warm from head to toes, as her project was called, took place at community drop boxes, family work locations, and the area Girl Scout sock hop event. 182 items were collected and distributed to the Mid-City Nutrition Program in Port Huron and the Family Independence Agency in Macomb County. Brianna stated in her report that she learned that she could do whatever she set her mind to, and the best part was helping someone less fortunate.
Being a Girl Scout has helped me to do things I never thought I could do, like having the feeling of knowing that I could help someone's life, or help change someone's life. Not everybody gets to have that feeling, and I'm just glad I got to experience it. So first of all, I would like to thank my mom and dad for helping me achieve the Gold Award. I'd like to thank all the workers at the Visteon Sterling Axle Assembly Plant in Department 97 for donating many donations. I'd also like to send a special thanks to my leader, Mrs. Chapman. She has made being a Girl Scout fun and filled with many memories. Also, another thanks goes out to Mrs. Kling for teaching us how to folk dance and helping us through the Gold Award process. Thanks.
Jessica DeLine will now join us on stage with her parents Lucy and Mike DeLine. Jessica is a senior at Marysville High School. She is a 13-year member of Girl Scouts. involved with NHS, cheerleading, marching, and symphonic band, and she choreographed this year's high school musical. Curing Quilts was an inspired Gold Award project. Jessica wanted to create quilts designed by many hands, personally presented to critically ill patients at Children's Hospital. 50 students at Marysville Intermediate School designed colorful 8x8 squares with Crayola crayons on sandpaper. These masterpieces were transferred to white quilt blocks. Later, members of Jessica's church met to tie the quilts together, not only with yarn, but with prayers. When the distribution at Children's Hospital hit a roadblock, residents of Ronald McDonald House in Detroit became the benefactors of the quilts. Jessica reflected, "When I was at Ronald McDonald House, to see the faces of the families when I told them my story and why I was giving them their quilts, it was all clear why I did this and how thankful I was for being given this challenge." Jessica's future challenge will be to obtain a degree in mathematics from Aquinas College, teach high school, and to later receive her master's and PhD. She is the recipient of the Bud Shaw Memorial and the Blue Water Women's League Scholarship.
My quest for the gold begins almost 1 year ago. Unfortunately, it begins with a tragic event. My grandpa, or Poppy as I referred to him as, became very ill and was diagnosed with cancer of the larynx, and began a battle I was not ready for. This was my grandfather, my mentor, my babysitter, the man who bought me my first Girl Scout uniform, my Poppy. He underwent surgery to remove his larynx and became a laryngectomy. During his recovery and my daily visits, I came up with the idea of making him a quilt, so that even though I couldn't be with him all the time, something I made especially for him could be. The quilt became one of his prized possessions, and even during the hot summer months, he kept it with him. The quilt was a comfort to his soul and heart. And that's where my project begins. I wanted other patients going through similar experiences to have something like my Poppy's quilt. I worked with 6th grade students at Marysville Intermediate School to produce blocks for all my curing quilts. We used Crayola crayons to create bold and colorful pictures on sandpaper, then transferred the works of art to material with a hot iron. The blocks were then sewn together, tied with love, and slowly became child-sized quilts for terminally ill patients. It was my initial hope to give the quilts to the children themselves. However, with new privacy acts in hospitals, I wasn't allowed to do so. Now I was left with 4 quilts and no one to give them to. After some brainstorming, I found the Ronald McDonald House, one of the most special places on earth. Although this would only allow me to give the quilts to the parents, I agreed. I had 4 quilts and met with 3 wonderful groups of parents and families to give them to. Quilt number 4 was the highlight of my project. Number 4 went to Kiki, the most beautiful, hopeful 4-year-old I've ever met. She was overjoyed with the gift, and although couldn't speak her gratefulness, her eyes said everything. A quilt is held together with many stitches, as was my Gold Award. Thank you to the 6th grade students at Marysville Intermediate School for their wonderful artistic assistance, Mrs. Bezad and Mrs. Moreski for lending me their classrooms, Juanita Short for her beautiful sewing and quilting talents, my Auntie Beth for visiting the Ronald McDonald House with me, my mom and dad, my brother and my dad for allowing my project to take over their dinner table, my mother for being my leader, guiding me through Girl Scouts and wanting to do it all for me, but not, my Grandma Mabel for holding my hand through the entire project, Grandma Gowdy for ironing, and my Poppy for being my inspiration. Thank you.
Sarah Lang, will now join us on the stage with her parents, Steve and June Lang. Sarah is a junior at Memphis High School and has been a Girl Scout for 8 years. She is active in varsity softball, basketball, and volleyball, and is a member of the National Honor Society. Sarah's Gold Award project took her on a journey titled For Teens by Teens. Started as a simple collection. Distributing over 100 flyers resulted with the collection of over 300 personal care items. Sarah then took these items to Harbor House in Port Huron. Harbor House is a live-in structured program for teens in distress. While at the house, Sarah's journey took another turn. Once there, after meeting the staff, she toured the facility and met some of the clients. She realized the impact of her donations and then realized she could do more. And do more she did. She expanded her project, which was completed at that time, to now include her peers at her high school and held one more collection. Sarah reported that you can do something that will positively affect many people if you put your mind to it.
As the past 8 years of Girl Scouts went by, I began to realize what the real meaning of it was. Although some of the highlights were crazy square dancing, Girl Scout camps, skiing, and scarfing down double stuffed Oreos, it was also more than just doing good deeds for others or earning a patch. It was about learning about who you are and acknowledging the fact that you can make a lasting impact on people. I've learned that it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still make a difference, and the tasks you choose to take on can become more challenging as you get older. Scouting has helped me realize what kind of person I wanted to become. It guided me to accomplish personal tasks that couldn't be done without personal sacrifices, effort, and responsibility. The Gold Award project was at first very intimidating, but I knew I was looking at it from the wrong viewpoint. This was an opportunity to change myself and become a better person, and I knew that I couldn't pass it up. I'm very fortunate to pick the project I had because it allowed me to make a difference in the lives of the youth at the Harbor. The Harbor is a home for teens who have family problems and need a structured living space to stay at. Seeing the expressions of counselors and volunteers at the Harbor House was one of the biggest rewards I got out of this project. Working on this project helped me realize how fortunate I am to have a supportive network of family and friends. When it came to my Gold Award project, these are the same family and friends who helped and supported me. I'd like to thank my mentor, Kathy Cunningham, for motivating and pushing me when times got rough. My friends at school and fellow Girl Scouts for helping me distribute bags and collect items for the Harbor. My parents for their support and patience. Michelle Chapman and Dawn Kleen for preparing me for such a big challenge. And last but not least, I'd like to thank the town of Memphis for taking time to donate items for me to give to the Harbor. Thank you.
I would like to call up Alicia Ruff, her mother Teresa, and her father Tim. Alicia is a member of the National Honor Society. She is the junior class secretary, plays varsity soccer, volleyball, and basketball. She also volunteers at a nursing home and has been a Girl Scout for over 11 years. Life is a learning experience, but executing a Gold Award is life-altering. Alicia stated that in her Gold Award report. She aggressively approached her project, a free youth soccer clinic. She met with the high school principal, janitors, the athletic director, distributed flyers, recruited at the elementary school, and enlisted the help of experienced soccer friends. Sarah held a day-long soccer clinic for 15 elementary children. She reflected that the children gained self-confidence, skill, and love of the game by attending. Sarah, too, learned many social and supervisory skills. She had to take the disciplinary role and not the player. She said in her report she enjoyed the respect the children gave her in her role as a coach. She would like to earn that respect again at a later date when she ventures into a career in teaching.
For my project, I did a free soccer clinic and hosted it at the Memphis High School. Girl Scouts has been a part of my life for 11 thrilling years, and I could never imagine my life without this wonderful experience. Receiving my Gold Award has been by far my most life-altering challenge. Girl Scouts has taught me leadership and confidence. I would like to thank my leaders, Ms. Chapman and Mrs. Kling and Mrs. Dunlap, also my loving parents, and the enthusiastic children who participated in my soccer clinic, the Girl Scout Council and Meg, and my grandma and grandpa. Thank you very much.
You girls can tell me if I call you by the wrong name again, okay? Jessica Colley, please come forward. She's here tonight with her parents, Pete and Debbie. Jessica is a senior at Port Huron High School. She is on the track and field team, the youth committee at church. She is an art instructor at Tucker Art Studio and has been a Girl Scout for 12 years. The residents at Mallard's Landing in Port Huron, a senior independent and assisted living center where her Gold Award project took place, enjoyed her project called Arts and Crafts with Jessica. A total of 14 craft sessions were held at the center. Jessica planned and prepped for each session. One of the days, of course, was a Girl Scout cookie party. Many of the residents would come to see what Jessica was doing and then join in the fun. She always prepped enough supplies so that everyone could make a craft or have one made for them. The Red Cross also benefited from one of the sessions as the residents made items that they then donated to the Red Cross. Jessica reflected that her project helped her to share her artistic skills with others. She also became friends with several of the seniors and plans to continue contact with them in the future. She will be attending St. Clair Community College for 2 years and hopes to continue to obtain a degree from the Center of Creative Studies in Detroit. She is the recipient of the St. Clair Community College Scholarship.
I, Jessica Colley, would like to thank my parents, Pete and Deb, my mom, and my leader, Deb, and my good friend, Benita Worth. Without their support, my project would not have been a success. I have learned a lot from the seniors at Mallard's Landing, and I learned to talk to people I don't know very much and teach them about art. I have enjoyed being a Girl Scout for the past 12 years, and this year I served as a delegate for our service area. Thank you very much.
Next, I call forward Stephanie Singer and her parents, Robert and Lynn Singer. Susan Singer. Stephanie is a senior at Cardinal Moody Catholic High School. She is her class valedictorian, class treasurer, and member of her high school youth group, National Honor Society, softball, and is a 12-year member of Girl Scouts. For her project, Stephanie created 3 literary magazines for Holy Cross Elementary School. She worked with over 160 students. Her project promoted the joy of reading and writing to the entire school. Stephanie met with the students for 2.5 months as they created theme stories and illustrations for magazines titled Animals, Friendship, and Places. She then had to retype and edit the stories and scan all the drawings. When completed, each elementary classroom received a color notebook containing the magazines. The children were excited and took great pride in their finished work. Stephanie learned she can get anything done if she puts her mind to it. Her future plans include higher education at Wesley or Boston College for a 4-year degree and then on to law school. She is the recipient of scholarships from the American Association of University Women and the Emma Schulte Memorial Scholarship.
First of all, I would like to thank my mom. Her enthusiasm and support have helped me to stick with Girl Scouting and my Gold Award project. I would like to thank the leaders I have had in the past, especially Nancy Axe, Mrs. St. James, and Nancy LeBeau, for making Girl Scouting such a wonderful experience. I'd also like to thank Jenny Street for helping and advising me throughout my Gold Award project. And finally, I thank all of the strong women who are involved in Girl Scouting. It has been a very positive influence on my life. You inspire me to reach for the stars. Thank you.
I would like to call to the stage Andrea Huber and her parents Marty and Sherry. Andrea is a junior at Memphis High School. She is active in ASYO soccer and TATU. She is also a 9-year member of Girl Scouts. Andrea took on the needs she identified at First United Methodist Church in Memphis. Her work was truly a labor project. The roof was leaking, the communication room was unsightly, the upper window had no treatment, which made the rafters visible from the road. Her church community believed this appearance might be distracting to potential visitors and new members. So Andrea picked up her tool belt and with her church family members began to work on her Gold Award project, cleaning, caulking, sanding, painting, and patiently creating a beautiful custom stained glass window took many hours of work. The result was overwhelming. Many extra labor projects were also completed at the church during her Gold Award project, including backlighting the new stained glass window so it can be seen even at night. The church community was also overwhelmed, and on Sunday, March 14th, which was Girl Scout Sunday, Andrea received a special dedication from the church board. Andrea plans to attend college and study history.
Thinking about what Girl Scouts has taught me, I wrote a few things down, and as I added things and reread them, I realized a lot of what I was getting taught were the same values that my parents were teaching me. It's okay to be my own person. I can be a leader and a follower. Also, it is okay to walk away from the crowd if I don't agree with what's going on. Sometimes the cool thing is to not follow the crowd. Some of our greatest rewards are not what we receive, but what we see in the faces of those we have helped. Also, that what we feel are the little things. When we do them for others, they turn out to be one of the biggest things in their lives. This is the reason that I chose to put my 50 hours into my church. Like other small churches, it is struggling to meet its budget, so renovations, unless absolutely necessary, are put to the bottom of the list of things to do. Seeing how my parents were funding my project, I figured this would be a great way to help the church out. The closer I got to finishing each thing, seeing how pleased people in church were, I was glad that I chose to do things at the church. Now, I would like to thank my parents not only for helping me with my project, but for supporting me or pushing me to help finish up my 9 years of Girl Scouts. Well, earlier I said that my parents were funding my project. Well, that was the plan, but to my shock and surprise, my grandparents donated almost enough to totally fund my project, just to show me how proud of me they were. I would also like to thank my great-grandmother for donating money toward my project and supporting me also. And last but definitely not least, I would like to thank Mrs. Chapman, who tried to arrange everything around sports, dances, even our school projects just to keep us all in Girl Scouts and to help us get here. Thank you.
Our next presentation is to Barbara Janoweski, and she is joined on the stage by her parents, Paul and Ethel. Barbara is a junior at Cardinal Moody Catholic High School. Barbara and her family are avid quilters, so it seemed fitting that her Gold Award project involved this special interest. She placed notices in her school and church papers about her project and requested the donation of materials to create children's quilts for safe shelters. The response from her request was outstanding. She was determined to use all the material which had been collected for her project. She engaged the services of over 30 volunteers to pre-cut squares, create backings, and sew quilt tops, and then quilt them together to create each special piece of art. The Knights of Columbus donated the massive amount of batting needed for this project. The result was the creation of over 175 quilts. An interesting aspect of Barbara's project was how she designated who would receive these quilts. She reported, "There are many children who go through safe shelters who have nothing to call their own. Many leave their homes with nothing. They have toys and blankets while they are at the shelters, but once they leave, they can't take them with them. The quilts made for my project are these children's, so they will have them to have something to keep and take with them. Barbara distributed her quilts to Pathway Shelter and Carolyn's Place in Port Huron and the Adrian Safe Shelter in Adrian. Barbara's project has encompassed to date over 300 personal hours of work.
I would like to start by thanking all those who helped make my project become a reality, especially my mentor, Mrs. Cunningham, my mom and my sister, Troops 365 and 18 for helping me cut quilt batting squares, and my former leader, Mrs. Halteman, from Singing Stands Council. I would also like to thank my grandma, who inspired me to start this project. She helped me make my first quilt, and she also made me my first quilt. As a child, I loved that quilt. I took it everywhere with me. When I went on a sleepover, it made me feel better because I had a piece of home that was still with me. I loved it, and it gave me a sense of security. That's the hope that I have of giving these children that receive my quilts. Throughout my project, I found out the generosity and willingness of others to help. I was able to collect enough material to make more quilts than I had ever imagined. I also was able to find the help in sewing and cutting. I even got money from the KFC Council in St. Clair to help pay for the batting for the quilts. Throughout my many years of Girl Scouts, I have learned personal motivational skills, time management, and the ability to set goals and achieve them. These are life skills that will prove to be valuable throughout my life. I would like to finish by thanking Girl Scouts for providing all of these wonderful opportunities that have played an integral part of my life and the lives of many girls throughout the nation.
Natalie Christopher will now join us on stage with her parents, Kathy and Keith Christopher. Natalie is active on her school varsity basketball team, baseball team, and cheerleading teams. She's involved in her church youth group and is a 12-year member of Girl Scouts. One of Natalie's goals in Girl Scouting was to work hard and accomplish something good. She took this goal and created her Gold Award project titled Little Pals with Needs. In meeting with an officer at the St. Clair County Animal Shelter, she learned of the needs of pets without homes and how donations to the shelter would be appreciated. She then decorated collection boxes and placed them throughout Memphis. She also met with a Brownie Girl Scout troop and educated them about the shelter and the needs for donations. While working with the girls, she assisted them in earning their Pet Care Triad Award. Natalie reflected that she learned the needs of animals without homes or someone to love them are a lot more important than the wants that I believe I need. Natalie plans to study nursing in the future.
brownie outings, dates with dads, roller skating parties, camp playfair, sock hops, bridge crossings, and always looking up to the older scouts. These are just a few wonderful scouting memories I have as a brownie and junior scout. As an older scout, I enjoyed skiing, horseback riding, plays at the Fisher Theater, square dancing, and crafts. But this is not what scouting is truly about. It's really about preparation for life. Throughout scouting, I learned that I can make a difference to society. I can work with younger children and teach them about animals and pet care. I can encourage awareness of the needs of forgotten pets throughout St. Clair County and bring some extras to the lonely pets at the shelter. Although I had some early disappointments at the beginning of my project, this is where I faced one of my biggest decisions. Do I give up after all this preparation or pick myself up and put my project into a higher gear and a higher priority? I am not by nature a very motivated person, but scouting has helped me be more organized, responsible, and self-directed in order to reach my goals. I hope that I can take in all that I have learned about myself and community and apply it to my future. As I work with the Brownie Scouts at Memphis Elementary, I found myself to be the one looked up to, and that was an amazing feeling to have. I want to thank my mentor, Mrs. Devaney, and Mrs. Robert John for all their support along the way. I would like to thank Scott at the Animal Shelter for working with me through my project, the City of Memphis for all their donations. I would like to thank my parents for being there for the past 12 years of Girl Scouting with their love and support throughout the way. My grandma, who has been a big part of my Girl Scouting. If it weren't for her, none of my patches would be sewn on. Last but not least, I would like to thank my leaders for everything and preparing me throughout the years for this one special moment. Thank you.
I'd like to call Elizabeth St. James and her parents, Gerald and Marie St. James, to the stage. Elizabeth has been a Girl Scout for 13 years and is a member of NHS, Varsity Swim, 4-H, Holy Cross Youth Group, Wind Ensemble, and Marching Band, and she is a current member of the Mackinac Island Honor Guard serving as a patrol leader. Elizabeth's project, entitled Kids for Kids, was a personal care product drive for a local charity called Kids in Distress Services. When being located to foster homes, kids often do not have time to get personal care items. KIDS, K-I-D-S, provides them for these circumstances. Enlisting the help of NHS, Elizabeth created a collection challenge for her entire high school. The result was astonishing. The director of KIDS, Jane Robinson, estimated the value of the donated items to be over $3,000. Elizabeth reflected, "The volunteers at KIDS were overjoyed with the response that my project created. I do not think they ever imagined I would collect as many products as I did." Elizabeth plans to receive a degree in zoology and study genetics at Michigan State University. She is the recipient of scholarships from the League of Catholic Women, Michigan Phi Masters chapter of Beta Sigma Pi, and the Donna and David Schwartz Scholarship.
My Gold Award project is titled Kids Helping Kids. My project was designed to help the community that I live in by supplying kids in need with personal care products. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the people that have helped me complete my Gold Award project. First, I would like to thank my parents, not only for their support for this project, but for the support that they have given me the last 13 years of Girl Scouting. Next, I would like to thank the rest of my family, including my grandparents who are here. They have been there to support all of my projects in life, including this one. I would also like to thank my Girl Scout mentors and friends, especially Jenny Street, Jan Robertjohn, and Becky Rubo. And also Jean Covergill, my NHS advisor, and everyone else who helped make this project the success that it was. To me, Girl Scouting means hard work and dedication. I have found the Gold Award demonstrates the proficiency through a series of personal tests. The first is mental. For these, you would ask yourself, what kind of project will I do? How bad do I want it? How am I going to make this project come together? Do I have the willpower to stick with the project? The second test comes through emotional means. Can I withstand the stress of the project? Will I make the deadline? Are the people who are going to help me show up? Do I believe in myself that I can do this project? The third test is physical. Can I start my project on time? How many times can I carry my project to different places? How many long nights can I work on my project without falling asleep at it? How long can I type on my computer before my fingers cramp up? I was able to overcome these tests. Believe me, some of these tests were harder than others. As some of you may know, my initial project idea did not go as well as planned. I started to question whether it was worth to continue, but ever since I was a young Girl Scout, I have wanted to earn the Gold Award, so I worked even harder. Girl Scouting has given me life skills and the confidence to pursue difficult projects such as the one that I just did. Completing my Gold Award project helped me not only to give back to the community, but it also reaffirmed all the great things that I have learned through Girl Scouts. I am very honored to receive the Gold Award. Thank you again.
Next to join us on stage will be Chelsea Kling, joined by her parents, Dawn and Tom Kling. Chelsea is a junior at Memphis High School. She is involved with her church youth group, varsity cheerleading, and drama club. She has been a Girl Scout for 12 years. For her project, Chelsea worked with Mariah Blount on the church playscape for St. Andrew's Church in Memphis. As we heard earlier, this project entailed over 100 hours of planning and labor. Each girl completed her own component of the project. Chelsea spoke to her church congregation and was involved with the design, fundraising, and donation process. Her individual task was the recruitment and placement of over 30 workers. She also worked on the project from pouring of the footings to spreading the final wood chips. This playscape is a visible example for all to see what Girl Scouts can accomplish for their community. A plaque proudly adorns the playscape, letting everyone know that this was a Girl Scout Gold Award project. Chelsea said in her report, "I learned doing a project like this takes a creative mind as well as being involved in my community. I learned my confidence as a Girl Scout and as a girl growing up in the world today went to new heights."
This is such a special night for me. Girl Scouting has always been a big part of my life. I can't remember when I wasn't a scout. I still remember my first Girl Scout function. It was a Mother Daisy tea in the kindergarten room. That was 12 years ago, and even though my mom could not be my leader as a Daisy, I always had her with me for special trips and campouts. Now here I am, finishing up with the highest honor in Scouting, and how fitting that she should be here at my side for this big night. I truly believe that Scouting has helped me to shape who I am today. From the silly brownie days to the insecure junior years, from the somewhat more confident cadet days to the more reflective senior years, I know that I have matured both spiritually and emotionally. I have learned that I can impact others with my efforts, and that I have a great support system of friends and family. By working on both the Silver and Gold Awards, I found that I can do much more than I thought I could. I could plan, advertise, recruit, enthuse, beg, and pray to reach my goals. The feeling that I get when I drive by the church and see all the children playing on the playscape is of pure pride and joy. It is a wonderful project, and I'm sure Mariah and I will never forget it. I want to thank the Memphis AYSO, Pastor Berger, and my church family, especially Mr. Brian Sawa and Home Depot of Lapeer. Thank you to Miss Michelle, to my aunt and uncle, Mr. and Mrs. Terry Blount, my brothers and cousins, especially Mariah, and last but not least, my parents. My dad was with us all day in the rain putting up the structure, and my mom cooked and helped me clean after all those people. Thank you to my mentor, Louise Stezer, for her patience and guidance, and to the Girl Scout Council for this awesome opportunity. Thank you.
We have one final presentation to make tonight, and this scout is actually at a school function that she had to attend because it was for her grade in instrumental music. So I'd like to present to you the information that we would have informed you about her project, and if she happens to come in while we're enjoying our refreshments, we'll kind of all pause and reflect and hand her her pins at that time. This scout is Hannah Carter, and she is a junior at Memphis High School. She's involved in student council, SAD, volleyball, basketball, concert band, and has been a Girl Scout for 6 years. Hannah's project, Hearts from Home, truly came from her heart. Looking at the current war in Iraq made her think of her father when he had been away during his military service. She wondered if others thought about him then as she was thinking about our service people now. After obtaining a list of possible items that could be sent overseas, things that included hard candy and flea collars, Hannah started her project. Over 100 bags, equaling 12 shipping boxes, were sent to our servicemen and women in Iraq. The local Women's Auxiliary of the American Legion provided a vital link. Knowing the strict regulations and providing direct mailing address to military personnel made her project a success. Another important aspect to her project were the personal letters written by students and church members that were included in each bag, adding even more heart to this project. In return, Hannah has received many thank you notes and letters of appreciation from the soldiers. She has even received a special recognition from the Air Force. And we do have 2 members of the Women's Auxiliary who would make a special presentation to Hannah tonight. So would you come up at this time and share with the crowd what you would present to Hannah?
I should spoke first. I don't think I'm going to be able to get through this. You each are receiving a gold award tonight, and it's a special honor, and I congratulate each and every one of you. But Hannah's project to us at the auxiliary was a red, white, and blue award. As you can imagine, all of us are touched by this, and particularly those of us at the auxiliary. And I have a special award for her. It's a certificate of appreciation, and it's gratefully presented to Hannah Carter in recognition and sincere appreciation of outstanding service and assistance which contributed to the advancement of the American Legion Auxiliary programs and activities dedicated to God and country. Congratulations, Hannah.
So, we have given you the world tonight, that flower in your hand that Georgia O'Keeffe spoke of. Take time to continue to nurture our Girl Scout garden. Tell others, celebrate these wonderful projects. Make everyone see these great accomplishments, whether they want to or not. After the closing, we ask that you remain and enjoy some light refreshments with us, to visit and to remember to stop and smell the roses. And we want to thank everyone for attending tonight. And we are going to leave the colors on stage for our reception, so they will still be a part of our room in a place of honor. But at this time, I would like you all to stand, and we will have closing with the playing of taps. Good night, Scouts. Oh, yes, that's okay. I would like to remind Silver Award recipients tonight that your certificates are up on the stage.